Hello. Hey, everybody. It is your girl here, Jamie Divine. I just came to see what's up with you guys. See how you guys doing. Yes. Will you look to see, like, listen to me and see if this volume is on, because I'm not sure. I like your hair.
Oh, sure you did.
It's pretty. I'm live, actually.
Why did you do that?
Go listen. See if you can hear. And I don't know. Hey, everybody. It's your girl here, Jamie Divine. I hope you guys can hear me. I can't see your comments. I'm doing this Google Hangout, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I can't see if you are typing in anything or whatever. This is very new to me. I really don't go live very often, as you guys know, because it is like the most horrific thing ever to me. I don't know why, but it is. And I have this microphone on, so I don't know. Okay, so let me know. Really, I just wanted to come on here to say hello and to let you guys know that I'm getting ready to put up some new content, some new series, and I want you guys to kind of tell me which one you would rather see first. Like right now, I'm getting to do Mars and Mercury, and you guys can tell me which one you'd rather see first, Mars or Mercury, whichever. You hear me? Yeah, thank you. So yeah, cool. And in the meantime, you guys, let me know in the comment section if you want to see Mars first or Mercury or whatever. However, I also want to address some questions that I get on my channel very, very often. And I can't just answer the question as individually, because I'm not obligated. I'm sorry. I'm not, in a position where I can answer questions like that for someone, because I don't really have all the information. Because I do get questions about relationships, and I'm like, I can't answer that. They're like, what should I do? Can you give me some advice? I can give you advice, but it won't be the most accurate advice, because I really don't know a whole lot about the other party, and I only know your sun sign. So for those of you who are on my channel and you are following me, if you don't know the big three, then, my channel might just not, be the channel for you, because of the simple fact you need to know your sun, your moon, and your rising to be able to really interact with my videos, because it's not just the channel of entertainment. Like the 10 Things series, it was entertainment for the most part, but it was also truth to it as well. But it was actually more entertaining than it was just fact-based on the astrological, settings, planet, and the actual zodiac sign. But for the most part, my channel is all about teaching, because I want you guys to understand yourself, because that is what astrology is all about. It is knowledge of self. So yeah. Now let me see what's up with this, and if it's going to show me anything. Close. Okay, another question that some questions that I want to address. Another one is about the Venus. When I did the Venus series, I had some people, they were like, I'm a Libra, or I'm a Taurus, or I'm a Scorpio. And you was like, if you were born between this time, this may not be the video for you. That's correct. Just because you are a Sun Libra or Sun Scorpio or Sun Taurus, it doesn't necessarily mean that you would have your Venus in Libra or in the same sign as your sun sign. In all actuality, we're pretty much all zodiac signs, but we just have them in different houses, or we may have different planets in that zodiac sign. So the Venus is based on what time of day you were born, opposed to what day of the month that you were born on, like your sun sign. So that was something that I saw on my Venus series, and I'm like, trying to explain in the comments, but it's a lot to type. And I'm usually always on my phone. I'm hardly ever on my computer. So it's very difficult for me to be like typing on my phone. So yeah, for those of you who don't understand that, please note that your Venus, your Mars, your Mercury, your Pluto, your Uranus, whatever the other planets, your rising, your moon, all of those can be in a different astrological sign. It can be in any of the other 12 astrological signs, opposed to your sun sign. It can be in any sign. And that's one of the things that needs to be known when you are looking at astrology. So there you have it. I can't see anything. So let me see. What am I presenting to everyone? I don't even know. Let's see, let's stop. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. I am so sorry because I do not see anything. So are you telling me no one is in the room? No one's in the chat room? Really? I'm like literally looking at this thing and no one's in the chat room. So none of y'all love me. None of y'all want to talk to me. Nobody. All of my people, nobody's talking to me. Really? This is it just does not seem right. So let's see. I'm asking my daughter right now, is anybody in the chat room? Because I can't see you guys. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I really want to be able to interact with you guys. That's the whole purpose of going live. But I can't. With this Google Hangout, YouTube changing the whole dynamics of the Thank you, Muriel. I can't see you guys. I'm so sorry. My daughter is telling me that someone's commenting. I just cannot see you guys, and I'm so sorry. Give me just a minute to try to figure this out. I'm sorry. Alicia, can you come and help to see if you can figure this out? But back to what I was saying, you guys, I'm going to figure out how I can see your comments so I can actually interact with you guys and answer whatever questions you're asking me on here. But when it comes to astrology, it's all about learning, and you have to know the big three. The big three is making sure you know your sun, your moon, and your rising. When you know those three, you're really on your way to learning a lot about yourself. You will have to know your time of birth to really get your chart pulled. And then you have to know about aspects and degrees in your chart. So sometimes you won't be able to resonate with everything that's being said on the internet about your actual sun sign, because maybe you don't really resonate with your sun. You also have dominance in your chart. And I think a lot of people get confused on that as well. Come here. Can you see if you can? I can't see anything. Like, I can't see any comments or anything. And this Google Hangouts. Because Camille just texted me and said that people are on here. I just can't see them. I don't see not one comment. On the traditional live, they let you see that, you know, the kids start popping up on the screen. Nothing. I see me. What is that? Like, why is it telling me that? And I see chat right here, but it don't let me chat though. No, that's a camera. So don't worry. Ugh, I may have to like do it over or something and try to see if I can, because the whole purpose of going live is to chat with my people, and I can't even see what they're saying. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. What is this? Shoot. What did it just do? Just this is making me mad. Let me go on here. Let me turn this one on and see if I can see what people are saying on here. Okay, thanks, babe. Sorry, you guys. I'm gonna go on my phone and see if I can see what you guys are saying. Nobody gave me the game. Nobody told me the do's and don'ts of stripping. Oh, okay. Okay, Edward Jennings Jr., you say you need help. What do you need help with? I have to look at it on my phone, you guys. It's the only way I can see the chats. Hello, rising star. And you're in love with a Taurus. Great. Taurus men are amazing. Let's see. Hey, Joseph. Hi, Penny. Hi. I can't say all of your names because I can't like pronounce some of them. I'm sorry. Let's see. And hey, Camuriel, how you guys doing? But anyway, so like I was saying, like a lot of you guys don't know a lot of stuff about your chart, and so it's going to be difficult to keep up with what I'm doing. The main factors of your astrological chart, of course, it is your Mars. Someone's asking me what is my sign. My zodiac sign is I'm an Aries sun, Pisces rising with a Capricorn moon. My dominants are Venus, the sun, and Neptune. So those are my dominant planets. So also your dominant planets play a major role. Like if you can give someone your 3 dominants in your birth chart, planets, then they can actually tell you a lot. Just like with your 3, with your rising, your sun, your moon, and your rising, the astrologer can tell you a lot about yourself with just that. But then, of course, you have to factor in degrees and aspects, squares, oppositions, trines, and sextiles. Like in your birth chart, when you have a trine, then a trine is just like really good. It's like a triangle, and it's like these signs work together in harmony, like really well together. So when you have angular houses, you have cadent houses, you have all kinds of different things going on in your chart. And with that being said, when you have these things going on and you can actually understand these things in your birth chart, then you'll be able to resonate a lot better. And a lot of questions or comments that I get on my channel, I probably won't get them because you actually understand astrology. It's not black and white. It's like so colorful. And there's so many different layers to astrology, more than just, my sun sign is this. No, you're so much more than your sun sign. So yeah. Now, when it comes to like love compatibilities, I do them based on sun sign, but at the end, I always try to put the Venus placement there. But you also have to calculate the Mars into love compatibility as well, because Mars is your action planet. It is your planet of sex and passion. Like, how do you do things? How do you go about doing things? Mercury is your communication, and then Venus is your style of loving. So if you're just going off of your sun, which is your ego, then of course you're not going to be able to resonate with it when it comes to the relationship sector of your life. Okay. So yeah, so that's like really important, you guys. So I do want you guys to like study a really good book. I have a book, but I will have to go get it. I can't think of it, but it's I think it's Joanna. I'm not sure, but it's the book of astrology, the only book you'll ever need. You can definitely get it on Amazon. It would teach you a lot about astrology, but if you don't want to read, then of course you probably won't. With that being said, you guys, I really just wanted to know what was up with you guys, how y'all was doing, what you want to see next, and just see what's going on. Talk to me, guys. Okay, Joseph Holmes, Cancer, Mercury. So you're emotional, like you're like, okay, when you speak, you're like passionate about what you're talking about for the most part, because Cancer is all about emotions. This is a water sign. How you get 2 moons? Jackie Light, you have 11 squares in your chart. Oh, and how you can know your dominance in your chart. I'm gonna put a link. I always go to Astro Theme, like astrotheme.com. They usually do a really good calculation of your dominance. If you don't know how to do your own calculations, of course, astrology is science. So of course it's math involved. So if you can't do your own calculation, you go to astrotheme.com. And it will calculate your dominance. It will calculate your whole chart and give you your dominance, your 3 dominance. It will give you all of your planets and what their score is. But then the 3 highest will be your 3 dominance in your chart. And I can't pronounce your name. I think it's Radas Denkova. So that's how you get your dominance. And squares in your chart, squares in opposition tend to create conflict, or it create chaos a lot of times in your life. So if you have a lot of squares in your chart, then sometimes you may have a lot of obstacles that you face in your life throughout your lifetime. Like you may go through a lot of hardships and ups and downs. It's like you really don't always be able to find that balance. But then at that point, you have to understand your purpose and why you are here. And that is what your rising and also your north node, which is Rahu in Vedic astrology. It teaches you why you are actually put here and what your assignment in this life is. And when you know your assignment, then you tend to be able to go through obstacles, without, a little bit more ease, without stressing over it, because you understand your purpose for being here. So Jackie Light, those squares in your chart, they're there for a reason, of course. So you need to look at your north node. And for those of you who don't know what a north and south node is the north and south node of the moon. So with that being said, in Vedic astrology, they are referred to as Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is like Rahu is like basically, which is also the north node, is why you are here. It is your purpose. And while you're here, you need to be more like wherever your north node is placed in your chart. You need to be more like that sign. That zodiac sign. Like for instance, my north node is in Virgo. So I need to be more strategic, which means my south node is in Pisces. So it's always going to be polar opposite to each other. If your north node is in Scorpio, then your south node is going to be in Taurus. So, vice versa. And it keeps going like that. Is always going to be the polar opposite sign, which means that your south node basically is Ketu. This is where you came from. So you had it coming into this life, you feel real comfortable staying in that same setting. Rahu is forcing you to become different so that you can fulfill your purpose here. So I need to become more strategic. I need to plan better and things of that nature and just be more, structured like a Virgo, because I'm not, but with that being said, you definitely need to look at those things in your chart. Someone said they're gonna guess Libra for me. I'm not a Libra. I'm Aries. Aries sun. But also, you guys, let me tell you this right here that a lot of people don't know about, and we really don't talk about it as much, is the progression of astrology. You have to know that astrology, we grow. We grow just like you age every year. You grow. And when you were younger, you did things that you don't do now, although it is your core self. You learn how to deal with things better, basically, or you make it worse. I mean, I don't know. It's all up to you. But some people tend to get better as they get older. And the reason why is because in astrology, there's progressions where, let's just say I was born an Aries sun, right? Okay, my next progression would be Taurus sun. So I would progress into Taurus. Now, for those of you who don't know astrology, whenever you're looking at a house or any zodiac sign, every zodiac sign is only 30 degrees large, okay? It's 30 degrees wide. And if you're born in a late degree of a sign, like 26 degrees, so that means you're cusping the next zodiac sign that's in place. Like if, for instance, if you're 26 degrees Aries sun, then you were headed over into Taurus. So that means you will be cusping the zodiac sign of Taurus, right? So with the progression, that's how it is in our life. Each year, you're moving like 1 point. If I'm sure, I'm still studying progressions, but I think it's like 1 point each year, and you continue to grow. So it depends on how far you are in the degree when you're born, how fast you will progress into the next zodiac sign, and throughout your lifetime, you will continuously grow, and that's how astrology is. You will still be your sun sign that you were born with. That's your blueprint. But you begin to grow and progress into something different. I know you've been told in your lifetime, like, when you were young, you had this mouth, you just wouldn't shut up, and so now it's like you're older and it's like, now you're just so much more calmer. You're so much different. That's because you have grown, you have progressed, you have evolved into something else, and which would be a progression in your astrological chart. That is something that's really, interesting. I'm studying that right now, and I think it's so cool, and it makes so much sense. That's the one thing about astrology that I just love, is that it's just, it's so amazing. And when you learn it, and you actually apply it to your life, you can have a great life. You can manifest all kinds of things into your life. You would be so surprised at how many times I get asked, why are you so happy all the time? Even though I'm not happy all the time. I'm just like, but people think I am. They were like, why are you so happy all the time? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just me. It's just who I am. And I know why I'm here. I know my purpose, and I understand it. I accept it, and I embrace it. And I just live every day. I don't try to be something that I'm not. I don't try to attain something that I can't, like when people tell you, oh, you can accomplish the world. No, you cannot. You can accomplish what you can accomplish in your world, but we weren't put here to do the same thing. So we can't accomplish everything that we wish to accomplish. We can accomplish what is meant for us to accomplish, and when you accept that, that's when your life becomes a lot easier. Because a lot of times we look at other people's life and we kind of like measure our lives against other people's lives, but we weren't put here to live the same life as our neighbor or the person next to us. We were put here to do something totally opposite. We have to understand our purpose. And once we understand that through astrology, because that's the only way to truly understand your purpose is through astrology. And once we understand that, accept it, live by it. That's when we have our greater life. That's when we're going to have the best life. Because a lot of times society sets so many different, they set so many rules to how you're supposed to be, how your life should go, that we get confused and we don't understand. We just searching for that societal norm. We want that. We want what they say I'm supposed to have, what society say I'm supposed to have. But in astrology, everybody wasn't meant to get married. Everybody wasn't put here to have children. Everybody wasn't put here to work a job. Everybody wasn't put here to do those type of things. Through astrology, you learn these things, you understand these things. And then once you accept it and you start living the life that you were put here to live, that's when you really be like, oh my God, why was I so stressed out and worried for so long? And that's what astrology is. And that's what my channel is all about, is to help you guys to reach that point where you can actually find your purpose, living your purpose, and enjoy this life. Because life itself can be difficult, especially when we're trying to live by rules set by man, rather than the energy that we were given and born with and supposed to use here on earth. You know what I mean? So that's how that goes. Let me see. Yes, Joseph Holmes, I am on a cusp. I'm born on the Pisces Aries cusp. And that is why that was one of the first series that I did on my channel. That was the very first thing that I did on my channel, was a cuspy series, because I am born on a cusp. And I know like a lot of astrologers, they don't believe in the cusp. I do, because it is so real. Now, like I always say in my cuspy videos, you are only one zodiac sign, of course, but you have the influence of the chart. Of the zodiac sign that you're cusping. So yeah, I am on a cusp. How about you, Joseph? Are you on a cusp? Camirio, I will not forget about your video. I'm so sorry. I will not forget. Hey guys, one of y'all was like, I get to catch a live video. I really don't go live, y'all, because it be so hard for me. I hate the playback. I don't know I feel like I don't know what to talk about. And so I don't really go live very often. So I'm like, oh God, let me try to go live. Because today I was trying to record a video for you guys to finish out the Venus series, because I do work kind of slow. But I couldn't, my camera died. I was like, oh my God, I can't get it off. It kept error kept shooting up where it wouldn't download. I'm like, Jesus, I gotta get a video up. So I need to do something. So I got ready to go live. My battery in my microphone, it was dead. So I had to go get batteries. At that point, my daughter was calling. I'm like, oh Lord, let me try to do something. So yeah, I really don't go live though. Because again, I'm always having some type of malfunction, right? All the time. With my next order, Edward Jennings Jr., I don't understand what you're saying. I need help with my next order. I need help with my next order. What order are you talking about? Are you ordering some of my genuinely divine clothing? You guys can do that to support the channel. That would be great. It's at Teesprings. Of course, I have the link I will have it in the description box if you guys are talking about that. Let me see. So I'm not going to stay long, you guys, because I just be feeling so I don't know, like nervous when I do a live. I just don't feel like I can just really flow because I feel like I need a subject, and I never really have a subject for live. I always be thinking, okay, maybe I can do a live like compatibility or something or whatever, or but then everybody don't want to hear about the same compatibility, so then that wouldn't be good. So I don't know what to do, so you guys need to help me out because I don't know. Oh, Jackie, like a Sagicorn. Oh yeah, yeah, I call it Sagicorn also. I don't think they really have any, like, they do have, some people have specific names on the internet, but that was because they, created that name. So if you want to call it Sagicorn, you can. It's just the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp. So to do it. Okay, Joseph, you say cusp compatibility. That will be great. Cusp compatibility, yeah, I'm gonna start doing those, but it's gonna have to be more of a video, one that's more strategic, instead of me just sitting here doing it, because those two again are something that other people may not want to just hear. Everybody may not have that same cusp or whatever. So it has to be a specific, there has to be a video that's recorded and just upload it, and people who want to watch it like a live. A lot of people come on, or people who are interested in listening to me. Thank you so much for doing that. They may just want, just hear about something else. I don't know. I want something that's just a general conversation that everyone can engage with. So there you go. Let's see. And well, let me tell y'all this story, you guys, how I got into astrology, just so you guys can have a little something. I was like, okay, I grew up in the country, and I was like, it was like Suttles, Alabama. Like, I'm from Alabama, of course. And I was in Suttles, and we didn't have like neighbors. Like, the closest neighbor was probably like, what, 3 miles down the road or something. So we used to get the newspaper. And every time we got the newspaper, I would always go to the comic section. And of course, you guys know in the where the comic section is, you're gonna have the zodiac signs on the side. And I didn't know about horoscopes basically. And I didn't know like the difference. All I knew is that my birthday was there. And I was like, oh, I'm an Aries. And then I would look at my mom's, I would look at my dad's, my brother's, I would read everybody's. And of course, my mom was like, this stuff is just so not real. I'm like, I don't know. But I mean, I just knew at that point it introduced me to Aries. I mean, so when I started working at Walmart, when I was about 18, maybe 19, 18 years old, I was a cashier. And so I used to have to zone the front of the store, and I would zone the store. Of course, I'm Aries, I'm fire, so I'm adventurous, so I'm moving everywhere. I'm not going to just stay at the front. So I go right behind where the books are, and I see this book. I've always been so attracted to science, you guys. I was naturally good in science. Didn't have to study, I just knew what it was. And so I go back there and I see this book, and they got all these planets on the book. And I'm like, oh my God. So I open it up, and of course, the very first zodiac sign I see is what? Aries. And then I started reading about it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. So I get the book because I had to go up to the front because they were calling for me, customers getting ready to lining up or whatever. So I take the book, and I'm like, I'm going to buy this book as soon as I get off work. And of course I did. I bought the book. I started reading every zodiac sign, all about myself, everybody that I knew. And for some odd reason, from that point up until now, I always will ask people their zodiac sign. I will study them and their behavior, how they act. And my mind, it just naturally will put those people in a file. If you would say you were a Cancer, you went into that Cancer file. If you say you were a Gemini, it was like my mind was like a computer, and it would just put them in there. And I would never forget their zodiac sign. And I always studied their behavior and how and what they had that was similar to each other. And I just continued on from that point. At one point in time, I left it alone. I just really didn't study it at that much. But then when I was at a really pivotal point in my life where I felt like I was like losing a lot in my life. I just felt so low. I was at a very dry point, not pivotal, I would say dry point in my life where I just felt like I was losing control. Not control like in a diabolical way or anything, just like losing control over my emotions, myself, And so I went back to astrology, and that's when I really went deep into astrology, and it really brought me out of that tough spot that I was in. And when I came up and I came back to, I was way stronger, way powerful than I ever was before. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And because I was hoping for something to happen in my life that wasn't meant for my life. And it had me in a rut because I felt like I deserved it. I felt like I should have this. I am supposed to have this. This is why I'm here. But that wasn't why I was here. That's what I wanted to be here for, but it wasn't my purpose. And so because astrology was able to lift me from that place and bring me to where I am now, that's the whole thing about me. That was the whole push behind me starting my channel, is because if I was able to come up from where I was and come to where I am now, I would love for this to help someone else. Maybe it will be able to help someone else. Now, I grew up in the church, and like church is great. And I mean, I'm not against church because God and astrology, it all goes hand in hand. So it's like all of it worked together for me, but it wasn't the church that brought me out. It was astrology that really brought me out, understanding me. The Bible is knowledge of Jesus, and astrology is knowledge of self. Without knowledge of yourself, it's very difficult to be a great servant, because most of the time you will spend your time in depression or self-loathing all the time because you're thinking about what you should be doing rather than what you came here to do. So that's my story. That's how I really got into astrology. It started by the newspaper. And that's just how it started. And that was like, I don't know. It was just a really grand opportunity for me to learn so much about it and to be able to share that information with you guys. Okay. But anyway, you guys, I'm not going to stay long. So if you guys would let me know which series you would like to see next, Mars or Mercury, because that is what I'm getting ready to work on sooner than later. So hopefully sometime this week or by the weekend, I will be uploading that series for you guys. Mars through all the zodiac signs, and Mercury sooner or later, but whichever one you guys vote on, I probably will put it on the community tab so you guys can go in and vote which one you want to see first. And then once I get the vote, the highest vote wins. And with that being said, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and close this live out.